Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kinaja. I film all about lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. So if you're into that type of content, make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell so you get notified every time that I post. Period. So let's get straight into the video. As y'all can see in today's title, I'm giving y'all my makeup routine that I'm currently doing right now. So let's go. All right guys, let's get started. So first thing first, always start with clean and moisturized skin. Skincare is key to a smooth makeup application. Right here I'm using the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizer to hydrate my skin. So if you have dry skin like me, do something more hydrating, and if you're oily, go for a lighter moisturizer. And right here I'm just putting on my SPF. Always wear your SPF during the day. I'm using the Black Girl sunscreen here. Next, I'm gonna go in with the primer. This helps to blur your pores and create a nice base for your makeup. I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip primer right here, and I just apply it to all my areas where I have large pores. And I kind of dab it in instead of rubbing it all the way. I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera, so I'll be right back. I'll have the video to my eyebrow tutorial linked if you want to watch it. Alright, so brows are done. Make sure y'all go check that video out so y'all can see how I do my brows. So for beginners, I recommend you start with a lightweight foundation like this e.l.f. Halo Glow filter that I'm using. I use this as my foundation. It's very lightweight. It has a medium coverage, so I just take it and put lines on my face or either dots, and I take my foundation brush. It's kind of angled and it's really fluffy, and I just press my makeup in. Never drag it, always press it in. So as I'm blending, I like to take my brush and blend all the way down into my neck so it'll blend in with my face more. Next, I'm applying my concealer to brighten up my under eye, and I'm using the e.l.f. Camel Hydrating Concealer, and I just apply it right under my eyes. I always apply my concealer for my under eye with a flat concealer brush first before blending. Later in the video, you will see me blend it out with my Real Techniques blending brush. So right here, I'm taking my fluffy angled brush and my cream contour e.l.f. palette. And I use the darkest shade to contour my nose. So I just get a small amount of the product and draw straight lines down each side of my nose. So I try to keep the lines like closer together to make my nose appear smaller. So to make my nose look shorter, I apply a little bit of the product underneath the tip of my nose and blend it in well. So this is the Real Techniques brush that I use to blend out my concealer. I start with my inner corner of my eye and I gently tap it in. Never drag your makeup, because dragging your makeup will cause streaks. So use like a light patting motion to blend out your concealer, and start from the inner corner and go outward so you can make that lifted effect. Alright guys, so that's how I contour my nose. Next, I highlight my nose. I take that same e.l.f. concealer with the same brush and create a line down my nose. And I put a dot right at the tip of my nose to highlight. So next, I take my Real Techniques concealer spot brush to kind of blend out the tip of my nose. Then I take my sponge and I blend out the rest of the highlight on my nose. After I blend out the highlight on my nose, I kind of go back in with my angled brush and fix my contour, because as you can see, I slightly messed it up. So I go back in and fix that, and I kind of do my lines a little bit curved this time. Next, I take my fluffy round brush to blend out my contour so the lines don't look so harsh. And I also use this brush to contour the rest of my face. You'll see that later in the video. Alright guys, so next I take my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade beige and put it in my inner corner eye so I can have a brighter under eye in that area. So next I just take that same e.l.f. concealer and I put it on my forehead to highlight it, and I use that same brush and I blend it out. So here I'm just taking my concealer brush to blend out my inner corner eye. I let my concealer sit so that my under eye doesn't crease. Letting your concealer sit before you immediately blend it out allows you to have more coverage, and your concealer will last a little bit longer after you let it sit and dry down a little bit. So next I take that same cream contour palette that I used earlier in my brush, and I put some warmth into my face. I go around my forehead, around my jawline, and around my chin to give me some warmth into my face. So I take my palette again and I get my eyebrow brush and I use the third darkest color to do my eyeshadow, quote unquote, because I don't really do eyeshadow looks yet. So I just use that shade in that contour palette to put some color on my eyelids. So next I take my powder puff and I take my e.l.f. HD press powder and I set my under eye. I take my powder puff after I put it on the setting powder and I dab it on the back of my hand to smooth it out. So when I put it under my eye, it'll be smooth and it won't have any lumps or make my under eye crease. So next I take my Laura Mercier loose powder in the shade Honey, and I usually use that to bake under my eyes after I set them with the pressed powder. So it'll be lasting longer and it'll be brighter. But this time I just used it to press it in and dust it off immediately. So then I go in again and set everywhere that I put concealer with my pressed powder again. Overall, you can use a pressed powder or a loose powder to set your makeup. They both basically work the same. It's all about preference. Or you can use both for a more long lasting and a more airbrush look. That's personally why I use both. After that, I just take what's left of the excess powder on my powder puff and dab it all over my face to remove all the oiliness. So at the end of my routine, I take my Morphe setting spray and spray that all over my face and let it dry down. So that is it for my makeup routine. Most of these products are available in the drugstore, your local Target, or wherever you go to get your makeup, or Ulta. And most of the products are under $20 or at least $20, except for the Laura Mercier. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time that I post. And let me know in the comments some of your favorite makeup tips and tricks. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next video.